All right, guys, we're back working on my Jeep today, and I'm hoping it's the final video. So I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up real good, and I found some wheels and tires on Facebook Marketplace that I'm waiting to hear back from the guy, and I think they would look beautiful on this Cherokee. So I'm gonna do the old Comet wash on this. So hopefully it'll bring out the white and bring out all the decals and all that stuff. We'll see. I think the decals are done, but here we go, guys. Let's get this thing washed up. okay, I gotta say the truck turned out pretty good. It's looking fantastic. But now I gotta hop in my truck and trailer, and I'm gonna go pick up those wheels for this truck. So it's about 21 miles away, so I'm gonna go ahead and get going, and hopefully the wheels won't be a disappointment. Not bad. Hopefully the tires are... Let's go. Alright, I'm only half a mile away from the storage buildings where it's at. So hopefully I'm going to like what I see. Alright, so I picked up the wheels. I'm pretty happy with them. I don't see any like serious dry rot or anything, so it'll be alright. These wheels are going to poke out. I hope they're going to fit the Jeep okay. We'll find out. They are 10 inches wide. They are some big things. So now I'm heading back, and we'll see about fitting these wheels on. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll work. And the guy took less. They're gonna look pretty cool on that Jeep. I think I'm pretty happy with them. As long as the offset is okay. We'll find out. So I got the truck back in the shop, and I've got my wheels and tires with me. So I'm gonna try to fit those wheels and tires on this truck. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it'll fit, because these things are a lot bigger than what's on here. I think it'll fit. Let's find out. Okay guys, so this piece right here, which looks like it's bent, it's got to be bent, is hitting the rim. So I'm going to get a really big mallet and I'm going to hammer this down. That's got to be what's... These are bent because they're not lining up with the caliper. These are supposed to be holding the calipers. So I've got a problem here that I'm gonna fix real quick. So these pieces right here are definitely bent. I need a bigger mallet. All right. Now, let's try the wheels now. There we go. Yay. Oh man, that looks good. I gotta say, that looks so much better. So much better. And it's actually higher off the ground now. It's got all matching wheels and tires. And they're not dry rotted. They're about wore out, but they're not dry rotted. That looks great. So, I think the next thing I'm gonna do tomorrow is see about installing the fuel tank, the original fuel tank underneath this thing, which is going to require cleaning the fuel tank out and installing the fuel tank sending unit. But hey, I got the wheels and tires on, and they look great. I mean, it's looking less and less like a piece of junk every day. It's still a piece of junk, but a drivable piece of junk that looks halfway decent. All right, so I'm gonna go to bed, and I will see y'all tomorrow. All right, it is the next morning. I get to look at my Jeep again. Yes, that thing is so cool. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, it looks like a mean machine. Wait a minute. Dude, those are directional rims and I got them on wrong. Okay. Wow, okay. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna I'm gonna have to take one of these and switch it to the front on the other side to get them the same. This is the first time I've ever seen directional rims like on my stuff, because usually the way the pattern is on cheap rims, you'll have the saw part digging in on one side but not on the other, if you know what I'm talking about. So I screwed up on the rims, but I will fix that. Alright, so I've run into another issue. I don't think I have the complete kit to install the back window in this Jeep. I bought this piece right here that the glass slides into. I thought that's all I needed, but it turns out I'm missing some more pieces, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I've got missing, because it doesn't seem to be inside of this vehicle, because I've cleaned it out pretty good. So the only thing I've got tonight that I can do is possibly this fuel tank. So I'm gonna now look into installing the sending unit and cleaning out the tank, because it's full of dirt. It's got some dirt daubers in it and stuff. So I'm gonna be blowing it out with the air gun and then installing the sending unit and putting it underneath the Jeep. And then I'm gonna run the lines and all that stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to get this tank in there at least for tonight. So we're gonna pull it out and we're gonna look it over real good. Alright, so I ran into an issue with the fuel tank. Someone had taken these valves out at the top of the tank, right next to the sending unit. I've already reinstalled this one. The problem is these rubber grommets are ripped. Well, they're really broken. They're hard as a rock, and they're just going to break right off. So I really need to replace these. And well, I would like to get this thing together today. So I went to the store and I found me some Dorman part number 42344 PVC grommet. Yeah, so this apparently holds up against like oil and stuff, so it should be able to do okay with fuel. Not saying for sure that this is gonna last forever. Obviously they didn't last forever to begin with, but these are gonna work, because as you can see, I've got it in. However, I do have to do some modifications to this to make it work. Let me show you what I gotta do. So what I got is a piece of sandpaper here, and I just kind of roll it a couple of times. And then I'm gonna find a good place to set it, and then I'm gonna sand in this groove of the grommet to make it the groove deeper, because it does not fit right now. So you got to sand the groove out a bit deeper until it'll fit. This might take a couple of tries before you get it. I think I'm there. I'm gonna go try to fit this. All right, finally. Whoo! I got her. That's in there. Now, this is going to be an issue getting inside this tank. What I'm going to use, and I'm going to use some transmission stop slit. I'm just going to lubricate my finger real good, and I'm going to make sure that this thing is as slick as can be, so we can cram jammer in that hole. All right. Okay, that took some doing, but it is in there. So now I'll be able to reinstall this tank, hook the hoses up while I'm installing the tank, and we'll put some fuel in it and take this thing off of the bottle that's on the dash. All right, so let's install the tank. All right, guys, I'm sorry, but I was fighting with this thing and fighting with this thing, getting the tank in there, and well, camera wasn't rolling. Bolt there, bolt there, bolt there. Yeah, getting there. All right, so I've got the fuel tank installed. Thank goodness. There it is, installed. Now I'm gonna take the line underneath the hood, and I'm gonna run it to the fuel filter, and I should be able to put fuel in the tank and fire this thing up, and hopefully it'll pull the fuel from the tank. Hopefully. All right. So, should be able to go from this fuel filter. I'm going to replace the line, and I'm going to go to the fuel pump. All right, so I'm going to here's the line right here. I'm going to have to cut that rubber hose, and I'm going to have to add about 1.5 feet of hose to it. It goes straight to the fuel pump. Okay, fuel tank is hooked up. All I've got to do is put some gas in it. I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it. All right. Cool deal. Neutral. So oil pressure works. I think the charging works, but I don't think the I'm not sure that the fuel gauge works, which is a shame. check for leaks. We're looking good. It's a good sign. Carburetor might need some work, but do you see any smoke in here? No, absolutely not. This engine seems to, it doesn't smoke, it doesn't knock. It's great. But I am going to have to go to my buddy's place and see about getting some parts for the tailgate. But tomorrow morning I'm going to go try to do some wheeling with this thing. See if the four-wheel drive works. No. Come on, baby. So I'm going to say that my, yeah, it doesn't appear to be getting any fuel, I guess. It seemed to run a real long time for, alright, so in the morning I'll be trying to figure out what's going on with this Jeep. Happy Father's Day, Dad.